comment down below which city you'd want a pop-up revival in next.
Being set free. Being set free by Jesus Christ is not just saying I've been set free and still live in sin. When you go through a storm, yeah, you might feel like, oh Lord, I failed you. Oh Lord, I did this. Oh Lord, I do that. That's a storm. You want to do what's right. You don't want to live in sin. You don't want to be depressed. You will not be suicidal. You don't want to do anything, but you want to be perfect. You want to please God. You want to have peace and joy in your heart. And let me tell you, my friend, the only joy found in Jesus. And when you got Jesus, yes, you go through a storm. But you going not through a storm for not a reason. God take you through a storm so you can come out on top and tell everyone that that storm that you going through, I've been through the same thing you've been through. That's why Jesus did it for you. Why does we go through a storm? Why do we go through a storm? Not because we want to go through a storm, because Jesus Christ had put us through a storm so we can be ready for the new season. See, how could we be ready for a new season if we always go through a perfect year, a perfect time, a perfect everything this, a perfect everything that? No, the reason why we go through a storm, because Jesus Christ is finna make us ready to sure be a testimony of his goodness, a testimony how he can bring us out of the storm. Because how could he bring us out of the storm and we already in a perfect season? So he take us to a bad season so we can be ready for the good season. Because we can be a testimony to those who are going through the bad season so we can share what they going through is the same thing that we go through. So in a storm is a time for us to learn from. A storm is a time for us to understand. A storm is a time for us to know that we are a testimony of how God can deliver us out of storm. So we can look back and say, oh, yes, I've been through a storm, bro. I've been through thorns, sus. But look at Jesus. Look at Jesus, how he brought me out of storm. Look at Jesus, how he delivered me. Look at Jesus, how he set me free. Look at Jesus. And that's why a storm is a good thing. A storm is the best thing. Because when you go through a storm, you can see the amazing things that can happen if you go through a storm. Because storm is a life of what Jesus wanted to do to set you free. That's why he wants to set you free.